What's up, y'all? It's the girl, Stacy the Intuitive. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by lighting some Paulo. We're going to go ahead and do a reading today. I want to get straight into it, but obviously I want to just do my little prayer and then cleanse the cards. We're going to be using the Energy Oracle. We're back at this angle. Again, let me know what you guys think of this angle, if you like it or not. It's convenient for me. That's what I like. It's convenient. It's easy. It's nice. Good lighting. I'm a little under the weather today. I'm not going to lie. But we're out here doing it. Okay? So like I said, we're using the Energy Oracle. We're just going to pull some messages. My goal here just to gain us some clarity. So I'm going to call upon God. Thank you, God, for being here. Thank you for stepping into this space with us. Thank you for protecting this session. Thank you for guiding all of the messages. Thank you for guiding my wonderful team of benevolence, our wonderful teams of benevolence, those who are meant to receive this message, for, kind of guiding us to this message, guiding us through this message, letting us receive this message. So, God, I call upon you to assist us in this process. Someone just walked by, so it kind of made me laugh. Assist us in this process. Thank you to my wonderful team of benevolence. Thank you to your team of benevolence. And thank you to you for being here. Please give us messages for our highest and greatest good only. Messages that will benefit the collective as they continue to reach their highest selves. Okay? So let's just see what we get today. Any messages, the most important thing they need to hear. We're trying to get out what needs to be heard. So the root chakra came out. This is interesting because this actually tried to come out as I was doing the little pre-shuffle, but I don't want to take it yet because I wasn't done doing the prayer. And then we have the financial constraints card. So we're already starting off with some insecurity here, guys. The big theme here is insecurity already. And then we have the sun card, which means we're clearing out some of that insecurity and carrying connections, which to me talks about how there might be some insecurity as it relates to your finances and your physical world, but that energy is kind of being cleared. There's some kind of positivity, some radiation coming in, like some radiance, a radiant energy coming through, specifically as it relates to your connection. So I feel like there's this balancing act kind of happening while you may be feeling some type of lack in terms of your security and things like that. There's also this simultaneous happening of connection where someone actually makes you feel still very valuable, still very worthy. This connection really comes in and kind of fills in those gaps. I want to get into that a little bit more. There's this energy here. You might be feeling insecurity and everything like that, but this energy of insecurity is being cleared as I feel that you're able to engage in meaningful connection. You're able to see that someone really cares about you. I think, we're kind of going that route of a specific person. You're really shown how much they care about you, and it really just, it brings this energy of comfort. It's like going through a hard time, but you're not alone. You have someone there with you. That's what's really coming through. Someone is showing up for you in a time where you're kind of going through it, or maybe you're showing up for someone when they're going through it. But I feel like this insecurity is based on the watcher, whoever's watching this, but apply it however it fits for you. But it's really just an energy where someone is really coming through for you in your time of insecurity, a time where you don't feel very stable, maybe financially stable, but it also could be romantically or whatever. Maybe you don't feel stable or solid or worthy of connection, and that energy is being cleared and you're attracting connections. But what's more, I feel, is that there's just this energy coming through of someone coming through for you when you need them. They're showing up for you, and it's really able to help you balance out this energy. It's able to kind of, this energy of insecurity is not taking over, your energetic orientation at this time. Sometimes we go through tough times and it can take over our whole lives. It can overshadow our entire lives, everything. And there's this energy where this connection is really shining through. And what's more is that there's a strategy card that came out, and it tells me that it kind of puts you on this course of knowing what to do. We'll get more into it. Okay. Yeah, strategy, temple path, healer of the ages. So clearly there's this energy of leading you down some type of healing journey. Now, I'm getting a very divine influence here. So what I'm seeing is that this insecurity that you had to go through aligned you to this connectedness in some way. this insecurity that you're feeling. I'm really like intrigued about this insecurity because it's wanting to come through in different ways. So I'm just going to take it as that there's two different collectives here. Some of you are experiencing financial well, there's maybe three different collectives. The one who, yeah. Some of you are maybe experiencing financial insecurity, and there's someone who's really coming through to support you, if not financially, emotionally, letting you know that they're here for you or whatever. This could also be just insecurity with that root chakra. The root chakra talks about your security in this world, your ability to feel safe and secure in this world. And you might not have been feeling safe and secure in this world. And for this next group, it's this energy where there's someone coming through for you in your time of need where you're feeling insecure, maybe in this world, but someone comes and kind of cradles you and holds you. That's kind of what I'm getting from this caring connections card. Someone like comes and holds you in your time of need, shows up for you in your time of need. But what I get with this strategy card, temple path and healer of the ages, this is the strategy. This is leading you down a healing path. So this person is playing a very significant role for you here, or you're playing a significant role, because there's also another group coming through that they are playing the role of, shining their light and being a caring energy or force to someone in their life. But this strategy energy, this is all meant to lead you down this healing path. This is all going according to plan for you. So while you may be feeling this insecurity, it might have come through in some way. Maybe you haven't made it on the other side. Some of you could be in the insecurity right now. Some of you could be experiencing the connectedness right now, which is kind of giving you a different perspective. But either way, at whatever stage, you have been on the exact right path. And then we have contract. Yeah, this is what this connection is contractually agreed to do. This connection is a contract, a divine contract that you have to that is meant to bring healing. You are contractually agreed to bring healing. This is the strategy. This is the game plan that God has had for you as you walk this path. I'm sorry, I know there's a little bit of a glare. Let me see if I can get them there, but you could kind of get that. I'm sorry, I can't really see if you guys could see, but yeah, with this strategy energy. In the next row, strategy, the temple path, healer of the ages, the strategy that gets you to the temple path, healing, healer of the ages, healing this contract. And it's not a singular thing. I think that there is healing energy happening within this path for you and this person. Maybe the fact that this person can be here for you in some way is significant, and the fact that you're being able to be helped at this time is significant. And I feel that very heavily. There's some truth there as it relates to what role you guys are playing for each other this time, and how God has kind of aligned for you guys to play this role for each other. Because whatever pitfalls either of you are experiencing at this time, it's not long time. This temple path energy is leading you to what's aligned, okay? It's leading you towards what is aligned, what's for you. So then we have adjacent possibilities in action. Again, this is just honing in to this energy that walking the path that you are on right now, that you are supposed to be on, that you've been guided towards, it gets you to see adjacent possibilities and therefore take action from there. So this is like a whole catalyzation of action. It's like God initiates this insecurity, this poverty, whatever, in your life so that you can then reach out or lean into someone else. Again, the roles are interchangeable. Apply it where it applies. That's the last time I'll say that, because I feel like I'm getting off track by continuously saying that. Anyway, there's this catalyzation where this insecurity leads to this either reaching out to someone in order to be helped or expressing that in some way, or someone reaching out to you in order to help you. Therefore, okay, you get there, you start walking this healing path, because that brings in healing energy. This person brings in healing energy for you. You bring in healing energy for this person. There's a path that you're on now that you weren't on before, that you needed to be on. You needed to be on this path. God was trying to get you on this path, and the contract is agreed to do that. Like, that is what it's there for. We have contracts in our lives, soul connections and things like that we have with others that are contractually agreed to help us do things. Why? Because there is a synergy, there is an alignment of energy at different points in our lives that allow ourselves and others to play pivotal roles and shape our experiences in fundamental ways. So I do see here with this adjacent possibilities, you start seeing different possibilities through this catalyzation, and it's getting you to take some action. We're going to get a little bit more into like what this action is. We have action and we have storm warning. So this is really interesting because this is in these cards you can see this action. These horses are going towards the storm warning. Right? Now, storm warning talks about there being distant thunder on the horizon, right? Like there's some type of rumbling happening. There's a storm a brewing. And with this, for me though, when I see this action, it's like you go into the eye of the storm because you're prepared, because you have, it's like these adjacent possibilities allow you to go into the eye of the storm. So if you're experiencing this insecurity, you now have this kind of this energy propelling you into this insecurity and fully, like, I'm not going to say embracing it, but it's giving you this confidence, this energy of ability to go towards it and be victorious. It's like it's revving you up a bit in that it's getting you to this place of confidence. It's getting you to this place of internal security, and that you feel brave enough, courageous enough to go into the eye of the storm, right? Because on the other end of this, we have storm warning, and then we just got cornucopia. On the other end of this, there's this energy of this storm coming in, but it's bringing this windfall energy. It's bringing a really good outcome, but you would have to go through the storm in order to get that. Okay, now we're getting the message. You're gonna have to go through the storm in order to get to the other side where your blessings lie. And the only way that you're going to be led through this storm, I see, because there is a storm, I feel like that's the energy that's trying to be kind of highlighted to you, this insecurity, whatever have you. But it's not like what you think. The storm is not like what you think. And so it's like this feeling, this internal security. What I'm really feeling here when I see these first two cards, the root chakra and the financial constraints, is this energy that has to do with this internal focus, right? There's this internal insecurity, and there is this energy externally that's a brewing, this storm warning energy that's a brewing externally, but you would have to be secure enough to be able to take action on behalf, right, of that thing, on behalf of whatever God is trying to usher into you. So that's why it says from within and so without type of energy. The only way you get to this cornucopia is through going through this. But if you're not feeling secure enough, you're not going to get to this. You're not going to take action. So that's where this energy is so important. There's someone there to support you through this time. If all they do is make you feel supported and knowing that you can go through it, that's what they do. It's not that they're necessarily giving you anything or doing anything physical, but you feel supported. You don't feel alone. That part will show up for you guys in a lot of ways, right? And I think that this is also kind of like an emulation of the divine. This person coming in is a direct reflection of the support, because this person has been sent in divinely to support you in this stage of your path. Now we're getting somewhere, right? This is the overarching message. God has sent someone in your life throughout this time. You are in an energy that needs to be transmuted in some way. This person that comes into your life is a direct reflection of the support that you have from God and the divine, because it's sent in alignment with God's will, right? A lot of times we like meet up with people or whatever that, I mean, I believe it is all in God's will, whoever we meet. But there are people who come on your path for a specific part of the journey. It's like God literally leads them into your life for a specific purpose. It's like a divine assist. We had a reading about a divine assist a while ago, so go watch that. I think it's titled something like Divine Assist if you want to hear more about that energy. But it's like a divine assist. It's like divine support. Like when someone is walking a path and they're guided, it's much different than someone who's not guided by God, right? God sends everyone into your life, and inevitably God has a hand in everyone's experience. But people who are like listening to God, that holds a whole different energy. So this energy is of someone who like got a divine instruction from God and therefore lives out that energy in a way. And so, yeah, there's this energy here of God trying to like bring you to a place of God trying to kind of bring this energy from within you so that it can help you walk this path. And this contract is contractually agreed to help you get there. Now, I do feel like this cornucopia is a shared experience. It's something that both of you get. That's why the contract energy is here, right? I don't, it could play out in so many different ways, romantically, friendship, family, whatever it is, but you guys can expect to be coming into alignment with some type of soul tribe, 100%, someone who was divinely orchestrated, and you'll know because there's this energy, like, it's very, the sun is shining, right, on this connection. It's very clear. It's clear as day. There's no wondering. God has made it very clear, and you know that a lot of the time, like, God is in clarity, straight up. So then we have blossoming abundance, just literally reiterating this energy of cornucopia. So we got the basis of our spread. Now I'm kind of wanting to get a little bit deeper here and ask some specific questions. So God and Divine, I'm curious, tell me a little bit more about this insecurity, this financial constraint, this root chakra energy. Tell me more about this insecurity the collective is facing. Community, you're feeling alone, you're not feeling supported. There's this energy of not feeling supported, of feeling, like I said, alone, maybe feeling isolated, and it's really pulling a toll on you. And a lot of the time, this energy of feeling alone and isolated in whichever way, whether it be with God and Divine, or with people around you, it does have the power to kind of it takes you out of this energy of like confidence and authenticity and knowing who you are, because sometimes we do become reliant on the external, which is not good. But if we feel like we can't attract soul tribe, it begins to make us question ourselves and feel less secure. Feels like we don't have a place in the world, rather. And that could be one of the largest forms of detriment, when you don't feel that you have a place in the world, when you definitely do. So some of you might have been feeling this energy of not having a place in the world, and God is kind of clearing this up. God is bringing you clarity and understanding that that's not the case. So tell me about the sun energy. I'm really curious about this sun energy. Yeah, clarity of connection. This is the crown chakra. It talks about your connection to the all that is. It talks about your connection to a higher power. It talks about spirituality, right? So there's this, God is trying to make this this divine support very clear to you, not only within this person, like this connection is very significant, but also God is trying to let this, like your divinity, your spiritual connection be very clear to you, especially if you went through a time of insecurity in terms of, maybe you haven't been able to tune into your team or really get the messages or anything like that, but God is making it finally very clear, like bringing this down. This feels like a rite of passage. This feels like a bit of a gift energy. We're going to get into that. Let's talk about this caring connection. Okay. So we have, anxiety, third chakra, appreciation. So with this caring connection, I feel like there's this energy of, already guys, the camera turned off. I'm going to try to keep going. I really almost just felt compelled to not, but we'll try. That's a message within itself. There might be this energy of wanting to quit because of, a couple of things coming up, or just, things getting in your way, mishaps. But you're being called to keep going. So keep going, You can handle it. Anyway, so there's this energy of anxiety, third eye, and appreciation. So what I get is this energy of really being anxious and not sure if you can trust your intuition. It's like the things your intuition is trying to tell you about this connection, about what's coming into you, maybe that you can trust it. We're going to have to get more into what this anxiety is telling you, but it's really giving you this energy. It was causing a lot of anxiety within you. But now, whatever this is, it brings you this newfound ability to appreciate your third eye. And the reason behind you being able to appreciate your third eye is for the simple fact that, oh my gosh, my third eye told me this. There's this energy where it came in and it reinforced, it really supported you. Whereas if you were anxious about it and everything, God validates you about it, and now you feel appreciative, you know how to use it. So it's more than that. The third eye is really like a part of our connection to God's will for us, God's intentions for us. It shows us, it gives us a little bit of insight when, we're met with the energy of the discrepancy between God's perception and ours, our third eye kind of fills that gap a little bit. Not a lot, because obviously there's so much to know. God is the knower of all, but our third eye fills in a bit of those gaps where we otherwise would not have been able to see. So that, honestly, that was supposed to be relating to the caring connection. So yeah, you've been having intuitive promptings and understandings about this connection, and that I want to learn a little bit more about this intuitive prompting as it relates to this connection, like what it's been bringing up for you. We have indecision. You haven't been sure about this connection, right? Like the sun is shining on this caring connection. This energy is coming through now. There's this energy here of feeling really insecure and having financial constraints as it relates to your ability to connect and stuff, as it relates to whether or not you can trust connections. And even so, this plays into your relationship with God. So again, playing on this bigger message of God trying to reflect something to you about your connection with God and the divine through this connection. So there's this indecision that you've been facing as it relates to connection in general. Because if you have overarching notions about connection, in that I'm afraid to connect, or I can't connect with people, or I can't trust people, or whatever, that's going to reflect back into your connection with God. And that's just the truth. It's getting a little dark. I'm sorry. I might turn on the light. I hope it's not too bad though. But yeah, with this indecision energy, it really just talks about you being unsure if you could trust this connection, feeling insecure about the connection, but God is shining the light on this caring connection. God is shining the light on this caring connection, straight up. And your intuition has been telling you can trust it and stuff like that. You've been feeling drawn to it, but you've been having anxiety about that and lacking clarity about that. But there will be this change, this turn of events to where you can start to appreciate. So let's get into the strategy. So the strategy we have: door to personal healing and happiness, patience, and happy family. So right, there's this energy of the door to personal healing and happiness, the door that leads you down this healing journey, is going to bring you what you want, right? It cultivates this happy family energy, this ultimate fulfillment, but there is an unfoldment that needs to take place. Obviously, and I'm saying obviously, the unfoldment needs to take place because the unfoldment is what aligns you. This door to personal healing and happiness, this connection, is what aligns you. It's the alignment process. It's the healing path that you have to be on, right? It seems as though this is a together journey. There's a healing path that you and someone have to be on, in order to reach this resolution. I would say there's this healing path that you both have to be on, and it is guided by God, and that's why it is a healing path, because it's healing that's done together. It's healing that supports one another, right? It's like when the more the merrier. If God can bring this healing energy to one, that's a beautiful thing. But what if God can bring it to many by connecting those singular components, right? So let's talk a little bit more about this temple path and heal the ages energy. So yeah, we have magician in the world, magician in the mirror in the world, which just talks about this internal and external expansion from within and from without. You expand internally, you feel more secure, you feel more expanded, you feel more capable, and from without, you experience that in the world. You see how much connection you have, how supported you are by God, all the factors God can kind of place into your life. It's like, okay, I gotta like that. Okay, period. Love that. So I want to tune a little bit more into this action energy, because we have the adjacent possibilities in action. Let's tune more into this action-oriented energy, guys. So with that, we have attachment and woman holding a coin. So, yep, what I get here is there's this energy where you were taking energy and attachment from this need. That's what happens when we're insecure. Right, we chase things. We don't feel like we can have it, and in effect, by chasing things, we push it away from us. We reassert to ourselves that we can't have it, that we don't have it, that we're without it. Right? We kind of I'm forgetting the word. It's an alignment with reassert, but we reinforce this notion, this idea that we don't have it. So now when we see adjacent possibilities to have or obtain what we're trying to obtain, well, that does something big. That does something very significant. It gives us opportunity. It creates abundance in our lives. And that is exactly what this cornucopia and blossoming abundance is about. I just cracked the code. I love when it comes full circle like that. I'm going to shuffle on that, and I'm going to tell you guys, which I'm sure you already got it. Trust your intuition, babe. But, victory and man holding a coin. Period. I love that. So what I was saying, like we were saying, you have to go through this storm. And actually, I want to pull one for storm warning. Let's pull storm warning. Rest and rejuvenation. In order to rest, you got to go through this storm, right? Because if you're constantly like looking at the storm, if you're afraid of the storm, whatever have you, then you will not get through it. You will find yourself like not in a bad position, but you'll find yourself restless. You'll find yourself anxious and afraid and paranoid. But when you kind of get out of that energy and you allow this energy of, what's it called? When you get out of this energy, there's someone outside. It's so awkward. But when you get out of this energy and you allow this, sorry guys, I just lost my train of thought because somebody was outside. When you get out of this energy and you allow this, what was I just saying? Yeah, when you go through the storm, there's nothing to worry about. It's like the worst has already happened, right? The worst has already taken place. And when you're in the storm, when you take action, like there's this energy of like, when you open yourself to getting out of your own imprisonment. I'm losing my words because I just got distracted. My whole brain just farted because she was literally staring at me. It was weird. So anyway, when you release yourself from this imprisonment, the self-imposed imprisonment of thinking you can't, or thinking you're in lack, like you need to chase, you open yourself to different potentials. You open the door, the floodgates to abundance and whatever have you. And so there's this energy here on the other side of this going through the storm and knowing there's another way out. Right? I feel like there's this energy of like accepting the worst, like not like accepting the worst, accepting your fears and things like that. And that is the thing, like you being willing to take action into the storm because of these intuitive promptings, like there's another way. There's just an energy of there's another way. And it's such a varying message because I can see that this other way happens in so many ways for so many of you. So I can't pinpoint a singular like adjacent possibility, but there's something that expands your perspective here. And then you become the man holding a coin, you get victory. Whereas you were the woman holding a coin, attachment, right? You start to embody, it's like you have this, you're no longer chasing it. You're just in it. You're just in it. Okay? You're just in it. Now, I want to get a little bit deeper into the messages. I want to see what else wants to come through here. We have a couple of cards left, so let's see what comes through. So you have the thinking woman. This is kind of like your journey towards consciousness. Okay. Door to romance and the thinking man. Now, this energy was talking about caring connections. This could be romantic, right? But I do believe that it's through this consciousness shift that you have to go through, because that initial lack mindset is a form of consciousness that you are stuck in, that leads to that insecurity, that leads to that attachment. And it's like, okay, now you think of adjacent possibilities. Maybe you think, well, if not this, then that, then something better, right? It could be that simple of a mindset shift. Now this mindset shift opens the door to romance. And the thinking woman, door to romance. The thinking man. I'm trying to feel into how this thinking man, it's like the thinking man is on the other side of this, someone who aligns with your mindset. And I think that it's through the very specific positions that both in this caring connection, I feel like it is a dual connection. It's like a duo, right? It's not multiple people, but it could be. Where it resonates for you is where it resonates. But this mindset that you are required to go into, on the other side of it is someone who is aligned with that way of thinking, which is why they played that perfect role, which is why they were able to be in that caring connection. They were able to offer you what you needed, and you offered them what they needed. And that's why you guys are kind of kindred spirits in that way. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm getting from this reading. I feel like There's a lot of multi-dimensions at play here. There are multiple dimensions at play here. There's the spiritual, godly realm. There's the physical realm, and they're working really beautifully in tandem right now in order to create this beautiful unfoldment for you guys to shift your reality into something that is more balanced, because the only way for us to truly feel security in this physical plane, in my opinion, is to be able to connect with the ethereal plane, the spiritual plane, because it's as above so below, from within so without, right? So yeah, there's a beautiful unfoldment happening here, and I'm sorry it started getting so dark and everything. We're gonna figure out. I should have put the light on this up ahead of time, but I hope that you're able to receive the message despite any of the interruptions, and and that's kind of a message within itself. Your ability to receive the messages and receive the energy God's trying to send you without the interruptions, and that really does happen a lot of the time through our ability to connect with our intuition, with our inner knowing. And if we're in anxiety about that, it's really going to get in the way of our ability to be in allowance and in the receptive mode, and to really align to what our intuition is telling us, despite what the outside is bringing in. But God is really trying to show you and emphasize to you this notion of being supported, because once you feel supported, it's really going to help you with all this other stuff. What I really mean by that too is, like, even in the realm of not trusting your intuition and stuff like that, you need support. You don't have to try to figure out if it's right or not on your own. First, you would need to know that you're supported, which is another part. Like, this journey is happening in steps. It's very much happening with the, like, by the book energy. Like, this has to happen first, then this, because these things build onto each other. It's like you have to know that you have the spiritual community first, so that you can now start to learn and lean into God and the divine for these things that are challenging you at this time. And then you can then feel equipped and ready and utilize the gifts and things that you have been given to go through this path. And then, like, it's a sequential path. So yeah, I feel like that was a really good message. I hope it resonated. Again, sorry for the difficulties. I really pray that you guys still love this message in general, and that it provided you with something meaningful. I will see you guys next time. Bye.